Welcome to the Ginger Rose Garden. So today I'm going to show you guys what I'm calling my experiment garden. So recently we had our trees trimmed on the property, and we asked the tree guys to keep, if we could keep all of the logs and trimmings that was cut down. So I decided that I was gonna section off a little garden bed. The inside growing space of this is 3 feet by 7 feet. Let me tell you why I'm calling it my experiment. And Mr. Rooster is going wild in the background. So the reason this is my experiment garden is because this section that I have it in only gets around 6-ish hours of sun. And normally when I do a garden bed, I would get outside materials, meaning I would put down my cardboard and get bags and bags of soil and compost and fill this up and get it looking real good and watered in and ready for my seeds. But with the ridiculous price of everything and the fact that more and more bags of soil, manure, compost is turning up with Grazon in it, I decided I didn't want to take the chance. So, I'm in Florida Zone 9A. We have pretty much, I'll show you what we have, just sugar sand. It's really not great for growing in, but we're going to try. So, what I did was I went in by hand with a little hand rake and tried to get as many of the weeds and grass as possible. And as you can see, some of it is popping up. But I pulled out as much as I could, and then I top dressed it with about an inch of homemade compost. And then I watered that in with homemade compost tea. Now, with Florida sugar sand, if you've ever tried to grow in it, you know it just eats everything up. It eats compost, it eats fertilizer, it just eats it all up. Let me see if I can see if there's any left. Well, you can probably see that there are some like eggshells that haven't been broken down from my homemade compost. Well, anyway, after I put my homemade compost and homemade compost tea, then I let it settle for a couple days, and then I decided to go ahead and plant directly in it. And as you can see, things are growing, so that's a good sign. From here on out, I will only be putting compost tea, and any homemade compost I will top dress if I have any that's ready. So we're going to see. I want to see, can I have a successful garden in about 6 hours of sun? Everything sourced only from my own yard, and will it be successful? I don't know yet. Well, I'll take you along and fill you in. If it fails, I'm going to show you if it fails. Right now, it seems to be thriving really well. Once my plants came in, I just took some pine needles and used that as my mulch. And so far, everything's looking really, really well. So what do I have in here? I have some jade okra, which I've never grown before, but it is looking beautiful. Okra is something that you can grow all summer. So if you live in a southern climate, grow some okra. And then right here, I finally got my hands on some Seminole pumpkins. I have never grown these pumpkins before. I've never been successful at growing pumpkins, period. But these are looking gorgeous. And the Seminole pumpkins are supposed to grow really well in the South. So I am hopeful. I originally had 6 plants in here, but I took 3 of them out. I might go ahead and take 1 more out because these guys are going to get massive. They are going to just sprawl all over here. I'm going to let them just go all over here. And yeah, we'll see how they do. So I want to encourage you to try this yourself. And maybe you do this already and you have had a lot of success. But if not, I want you to try to see if you can grow something with only the materials you have on your own property. Because especially right now too, the Grazon situation with the tainted bags of soil that you're getting in the stores, and it's completely ruining gardening. It will take out your entire garden, and it lasts for several years. So I'm a little nervous myself to bring in any outside materials at this moment in time. So that's the main reason why I wanted to try this little experiment here, to see if I can be successful growing directly into Florida San with just homemade compost, top dressing, and compost tea from scratch. All right, guys. Hopefully this encourages you to grow something. And I'll take you along this little journey and see how it does. So that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you in my next video.